Hello, today I'll be talking about good and evil. Is there good and evil? I believe evil and good is only defined by someone who is raised up to believe what good and evil is. An example of that would be, in Canada, you can't hit your wife. It's called abuse. You get charged and probably thrown in jail. But in another country, you are allowed to hit your wife. It is widely accepted to beat up your wife. See, in all cultures it's wrong, but in their culture it's accepted. Well then, is there a universal evil or good no matter what culture you're in? Is there something that just will always be evil or good, or is it always just the culture that defines that? No, I would say that culture is what defines right and wrong. That is where any human being knows what's evil or what is good. It comes from that. There is no absolute good or evil. It's just defined by how you were raised and how you were brought up. And saying that then, how about like rape, torture, child abuse, sexual abuse? If this is true, then theoretically, couldn't our society evolve, or our culture norms, like what's normal for our culture, turn into these horrific things that we now see as evil, or should see as evil? And if that is so, what can stop that? Wouldn't a universal evil or good help us define the boundaries of human nature? And according to statistics, the stats in Canada, 1 in 4 women are already abused before they're 18. And 1 in 8 men are already abused as well before they're 18 as well. So, our culture seems to be leaning to that right now. So, what would you say on this? Well, there are things that are wrong right now, universally, right and wrong right now, but through history, like through our future, we'll get so sophisticated that, we will improve our society. So in the past, what has been universally right is now wrong. But in our future, we will consistently get better and better. So there will be, in a sense, universal good and evil. But it is only still defined by the era that we all live in. So okay, I can see that. I can kind of see that a bit. So basically you're saying like, we just have to wait. We just got to wait a couple, million years, hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years, maybe even sooner than that, right? Some people say. So, and we just, forget about the people who are suffering right now? Do we forget about the people that are going through this stuff right now? One example that I want to share earlier in our conversation was a cannibal in Fiji. No, not Fiji, sorry. He was a cannibal in Papua New Guinea. And it was part of his religion that if any woman went into the sacred ground, that he was to kill that woman. One day his niece went into the sacred ground, and he had to kill his niece. So he grabbed his niece. He went to the waterfall, throwing her in. Before he threw her in, everything in his heart, everything that was in him was saying, don't throw her in. Don't throw her in. That's how he describes it. That's just his testimony. So I think there is a universal good and evil. You decide for yourself. And obviously, guys, the conclusion is this, is that if there is a universal good and evil, then that means somebody had to start it. Or something had to start it. What was it? Who was it that started it? And I believe that person came down to earth and showed us that I am the lawgiver, that I am the good, that anything opposite of me is evil. And I believe that's Jesus Christ, guys. I believe he came down And he said, look at me, I am the goodness. I am the truthfulness. Live like me. This is good. He is good. But you can never ever amount to that good. Look at your clothes, the food you buy. Everything in North America reeks of burdening other men so that we can have a profit. You need forgiveness and grace in your life, man. We have done so much evil as a nation. Christ wants to give you this forgiveness and grace. Ask for it now. Ask for the Holy Spirit.